I'm not one to usually react to YouTube drama or things of that nature. Honestly, I just like to play video games, give my thoughts on them, and let that be the end of that. I try to take any criticism of my content in stride, and granted, I'm sure I could do a better job of that at the end of the day, I have to admit. But a viewer of mine showed me this video recently, and initially I wasn't going to respond to it. But after taking time to watch some of it, I feel I just had to issue a response, mainly because of two reasons. The first being how out of context some of the clips used for my channel were in his video. Sure, I admit there are definitely a few questionable takes here and there that I can see how some people would have a problem with, especially looking back now at some of my Elden Ring content. But there are a few things that I want to clear up within the video to make sure people understand the points I was trying to get across, because the video definitely paints a lot of it in a bad light, whereas if he just let the video play a little bit longer instead of just shit on me the entire time, maybe he could have seen what I meant. Although I have to agree, there are some solid points that I'll address within this video that he gets across himself as well. The second reason I really feel like I have to address this video though is because the way this guy reacted to my videos was just utter toxicity. Like, I get it, I'm not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, but I think this guy blew a gasket watching my Elden Ring content and his blood pressure was probably like in the 200s. I was afraid he was gonna start turning green, fucking going Hulk mode, start smashing his monitors and shit. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right into the response.
Here, let's take a quick little mental break. You guys want to watch the quick reviews? I promise I won't be a super mega drunk idiot who pauses every single time he says like one word, but like this guy's videos are fucking awful.
A mental break by watching my awful videos. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be much of a mental break for you, my guy.
He just rambles on in the most fucking generic garden variety exasperated gamer fucking like personality. This is his response to the comments calling him a dipshit because he said 100 things wrong in a fucking 10-minute video.
Oh, I remember this video. I'm not gonna lie, I still think this clip is just absolute hilarity to this day. And yeah, I know you guys got my ass, the patch got reverted, but still, it's just something funny and to laugh at, not to really get mad at, I don't know.
Let's just take a look at the fire giant.
Let's do that. There's a lot of reasons to hate fire giant. Fighting giant enemies can be a bitch. People just don't like swatting at a guy's ankle, you know?
I actually agree with this. Any giant within the Souls series, in my opinion, is pretty garbage. Because it always results in the same wonky camera angles, the big guy stomping around, you trying to roll through his feet.
You 100% need torrent to fight fire giant, you guys. You heard it here. If you don't use torrent, it's literally impossible. Literally.
But I will definitely say that torrent being used during the fire giant, especially the first portion of the fight, probably worked against me rather than with me, and it was definitely part of the reason that I had so much trouble with him.
The only thing that you could do is just hit list the boss. The only way you could fight fire giant is to play on torrent and hit list him.
God, I think I see this guy turning green a little bit.
You're literally staring at your own character, just riding around unlocked on a fucking horseback. Like, what do you... Bleh, the camera, oh, it's the camera's fault.
Now, I've seen this criticism before down in the comments, but I genuinely don't see how pointing the camera up at Fire Giant would help in any way, shape, or form here. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but if I'm pointing the camera up at him, then I can't see what his feet are doing, and I can't see where I'm attacking. I probably couldn't see much of anything except for the Fire Giant's enormous mushroom tip, and of course I want a piece of that, but maybe I should have pointed the camera up. Seriously though, in terms of helping with the boss, I really don't think pointing the camera up would help that much. I don't know, differing opinions, but the camera is definitely a problem during this fight. I don't really care what anyone else says.
Near an attack, yet the game would be like, nope, you got hit. Still though, once you warm up...
Yeah, I rage quit. Wow, oh my god, that hit me.
Now, this clip right here actually had me fucking dying. Like, he's so mad that I'm complaining that, you know, the Fire Giant has some wonky hitboxes, yet in his same stream, I see him get hit by some shit. I didn't even think that hit him. I was surprised. I was like, holy shit, that didn't even look anywhere close to him.
Wow, oh my god, that hit me.
Yet he shits on me for complaining about the wonky hitboxes. Whatever, man. Give me a break.
Point the fucking camera at the fucking sky where the fucking projectiles are coming from?
But as for another valid criticism of his, yes, for this part, I probably should have had the camera pointed up at him so I could see where these damn freaking volcano bits were falling.
Yeah, let's queue up some more of these because I'm kind of in the mood to watch his like vitriol. Because before I refused to watch any more of his videos because I'm literally, I can feel the ulcers growing on my stomach lining watching this.
Jesus. Okay, guy. I think you need a mental break from your mental break.
I want to see the Radon video. I put that. Yeah, you know what? We should watch it. We should watch it.
I gotta say, I'm a bit confused as to why he just stopped watching the video after the fire giant. Like, yeah, I have to admit, the fire giant bit in my problem with the endgame video is definitely the weakest part. But I really start to hit my stride in terms of valid criticisms after I talk about the fire giant. And I really would have liked to see his opinion on what I thought about Godskin Duo and all the different duo fights within Elden Ring and all the Control-C, Control-V garbage that they put all throughout the endgame. Like, those are some things that I would actually like for him to see and actually commentate on, because, I don't know, he'd probably still shit on me anyway.
Okay, wait, let's watch another quick reviews video. I gotta, like, mentally reset. Actually, it's just gonna work me up more, but we gotta do it.
No, you don't.
We gotta do it.
Like, damn, dude, you'd think you're my biggest fan with how many videos of mine you watched in this 26-minute time span, which has also been edited by your editor, so probably a couple hours.
What?
The fact that he saw that and didn't like it and thought the boss is because of that says a lot.
Okay, let's talk about the meteor part. Honestly, I think the fact that I died here is freaking hilarious. Yeah, I definitely should have hopped on Torrent the moment I saw that mother trucker blazing through the sky at me, and obviously I know that now, but back then I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I was just dead. In a way, I was marveling at it, but when it got me killed, admittedly, I was pissed. I never said the meteor portion was what made that boss shit though. I just thought it was a funny clip to include within the video.
Dude, getting killed by that was amazing. That was amazing. You're like, oh my God, that's crazy. He's like, wow, this game just uses any opportunity to just kill me and cuck me unfairly.
Again, he's putting words in my mouth because I never said that made the boss shit. I definitely agree that the meteor was a really cool way to transition to phase 2.
Oh my God.
Whose fault was that?
Not mine. Seriously though, here I was saying that the messages are in the way of the summon signs, not that they were blocking my roll button. Yeah, I mean, if I had meant that, definitely call me a dumbass because that makes no sense. But the messages being in the way of the summon signs is a genuinely stupid problem. And From should have disabled the use of messages during this boss so that they don't get in your way when you're trying to summon. Honestly, not to be too rude here, but I think this is a great example of him shitting on me and not listening to what I'm trying to say, or the points I'm trying to get across simply because he's going into the video ready to shit on me. And I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have expected any better from someone who doesn't drink Stella Artois. Come on, man, it's like the best beer.
These messages. These messages. Who thought it was a good idea to allow?
Why would you keep that in there? You're so like.
Why would I keep that in there? Because you just fucking laughed, dude. It's funny.
This guy just dead ass read. He read IRL.
Did he just say the words re and IRL in the same sentence? Oh, this is why I can't associate with Twitch streamers. Re was bad enough, but then you had to go and say IRL? Ugh. God, how many minutes of this do I have left?
That re from before was him being like level-headed.
Stop saying re, damn it.
Every single time you die to this guy, you gotta perform the same song and dance of running, summoning, and dodging over and over and over.
Every time I restart a boss, I have to start the boss again.
Yes, the run back to Radon was repetitive and annoying. But if I hadn't died so much to him, I wouldn't have had to do it over and over again and probably wouldn't have complained about it as much. I definitely should have left Radon alone, gone to level my vigor, and came back and tried again another day. That is one criticism I will absolutely admit to.
Level 100, yeah, look at his level 100 stats. This guy is running the fucking Mr. Silly Dog build, a fucking meta level invader with 99 luck and 40 attunement with a fucking unupgraded broken Scholar's Candlestick.
Hey, that's a badass build, man. Chill out. One thing I will stand by, though, is that I'm pretty sure I had around 30 vigor at this point in the game, or at least 25, okay? And the fact that I still had that much health at 25 vigor was a little upsetting, which is why I say people with low vitality builds, because I was like, dude, I have like 25 vigor. Imagine if you had 12. I do still stand by that Radahn does way too much damage relative to your health bar, as even with double the vigor, I'm sure I wouldn't have been getting one shot, but I bet he'd still be doing chunks of my health, and that's just bosses in general within Elden Ring. They just tend to do a lot of damage.
Predict his attacks, you say? This guy doesn't even have animations.
No one's, who the fuck is saying predict attacks? What fucking game can you predict 100% of the time what the boss is going to attack you with? Like in this game, you have more opportunity to do that than even in other games. Yes, because you know what pool he's going to pick from his flowchart based on your positioning.
I think this is the most ridiculous point of them all, though, when it comes to Radahn anyway. Sure, maybe I went a little far saying Radahn has no animations. He obviously does. They just have a very low startup. But to say that you can predict Radahn's attacks based on his flow chart of animations because of distance? Yeah, fuck that. I'd rather just stay on torrent the entire time and summon, summon, summon. I think part of the reason I found Radahn so difficult was because of how unpredictable his attacks were, and that's probably part of the appeal to a lot of people. But if it's like you say, and his animations are so predictable because they come from a flowchart, I'd tell you that that's some flawed-ass boss design.
Bro, but did you guys know that he has magic? Dude, holy sh...
Holy shit, he actually did turn into the Hulk. God damn, that shit hurts my eyes. Ugh. Honestly, all this is fair criticism here. I don't have anything to rebuttal with.
But actually, I love this game. What are these people on?
You can have a problem with a boss and still enjoy the game as a whole. Have you guys ever played a boss within a video game you really liked and been like, God, man, I freaking hate that boss. He's cheap as shit, but I still freaking love this game? Like Final Fantasy X. Ugh, Seymour. What a rat bastard. I hate that boss fight every time I have to fight him, but I'll be damned if that game is not in my top 5 favorites of all time.
All right. One good attempt equal one quick reviews reaction.
And he still wants to watch more of my content. I don't understand.
I kind of just made that video to show my Discord friends so that we could stop having like the most brain dead arguments about that video. Or about Anderson's video in particular, but also, you know, it was kind of more about like the greater hive mind at large, like the scrub hive mind, and how they're always just circling jerking each other with rumors and bad information. And, you know, actively gatekeeping people from it. Oh, I'm gonna die.
So he just called Joseph Anderson a scrub? And yet Joseph Anderson's the gatekeeper here. Yeah, okay, dude.
Actually, speaking about that, we're due for another quick reviews video. All right. This is what you guys have reduced me to. You guys are literally turning me into Nikado Avocado. You guys understand? I don't want to do it, but you guys are just making me be a drama frog.
It's okay, man. We all know you love to watch my videos. You spent more than half your stream doing it instead of actually playing the game.
I don't want to do it, but you guys are just making me be a drama frog. The problem with PvP... Oh, it's right there. Let's see if his comments are just flaming him again. Oh, I actually left a reasonable, level-headed comment on this video. I must have been hammered.
No, you left a reasonable comment on that video because this video had some valid points. If there were absolutely no issues with Elden Ring's PvP, then the game would be filled with players experimenting with it. But no, this game is absolutely dead in the water because there's no longevity here when it comes to PvP content because they got rid of covenants and ruined invasions.
Each and every one of them making wacky builds and joining fight clubs. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think I could count your hours. I think I might be able to count the amount of hours you have in these games.
God, I fucking hate this mentality, dude. As if having 1,000 hours versus 200 hours in a game should have any bearing on your ability to criticize it properly. Of course, the more hours you have in a game, the better you understand it, and therefore you're able to make better arguments. But if 200 hours isn't enough to have an informed opinion on a game, then you need to drop the controller and get outside more. No offense, but I think I probably know your hours too.
The problem with invasions is that you're outnumbered. That's the point of invasions. Like, is he actually gonna say that the problem with invasions is that you're fighting a 2v1? That's kind of the point.
Okay, so since when has the point of invasions been about being outnumbered? Literally never. Invasions have always been a mystery. Like, oh god, is the host gonna have buddies? Hopefully I can catch him by himself before he summons any help. This was always the case in previous games. Whereas in Elden Ring, you will always, every single time, be fighting against multiple players during invasions, guaranteed. It takes away all of the fun from invasions, period. There's no point, unless you're looking to get ganked. See, I have no problem with getting ganked occasionally during invasions, that's just the name of the game. But when it happens every single time, I'm gonna get bored and just go do duels, which are just not as fun as invasions, period.
Why does nobody want to fight club me when I walk up in waves of darkness, the host, in the middle of the fucking level? Why? Is chivalry dead? Is chivalry dead? Fucking Dark Souls anons? Should I just take the black pill?
Maybe a fucking chill pill, god damn.
Now he's complaining that he can't find the host in this game that introduced indicators. Clearly, this guy spent countless hours in DS3 PvP because he got one parry one time.
So what I was trying to say here was that because this game is so massive, you spend half your time during an invasion running around on foot toward the host in an extremely linear fashion. And I was stating that because they disallowed the use of torrent within a multiplayer session, and because these environments were designed with the use of torrent in mind, it becomes a problem fast. This wasn't an issue in previous games, even without the use of an indicator, because of how much smaller the invasion area was in comparison.
Why is he bitching about this? And every clip that he shows, he finds the host in literally less than a second. Like less than 5 seconds.
I'm bitching about this because that's definitely not always the case. Maybe not in the clips shown in this video to be fair, but I've definitely spent over 5 minutes looking for a host, even with the indicator that's supposed to tell me right where he is. Now, I don't know how they could have fixed this, because if you enable torrent, then that becomes a shit show real fast. But it really just goes to show how invasions just don't mesh well with how big Elden Ring's world is, and how much more boring they are versus previous games.
And yeah, he tried to kill a bunch of birds.
I don't know why he's so upset, I just wanted some feathers, man.
So the solution here was to at least give you a little marker to follow so that you'd reliably be able to find the host.
Yes,
But
yes.
that's just no fun at all. If there's anything I've learned...
What? I mean, it's a skill to CSI the level in Dark Souls 3, but is it fun?
Absolutely. I think it's like tracking in Monster Hunter.
Is it fun to run around for 30 minutes trying to find a fucking dude who's hidden in a Dead World Grand Archives, only to find out that they have clipped out of bounds and you literally could not find them?
The literal exact same situation you just described has happened to me in Elden Ring. Not once, not twice, multiple times. So, I don't know, this is kind of a moot point. Like, yeah, all games have bugs, dude.
Yes, because comparing Elden Ring to a Ubisoft game is a totally fair comparison. That makes so much sense. Can't believe Elden Ring took a page out of Ubisoft's book and made map markers. One single fucking map marker in the entire fucking game in the multiplayer setting. Yeah, dude, I can't believe they went full Ubisoft on this one. SMH.
In this scenario, yes, it's absolutely a fair comparison. How is it not? You have a marker that lazily leads you where you're supposed to go, that eventually leads you to an objective, in this case being the host. And they did this because they had no better way to have the player figure it out, because this game is too massive for its own good. Sure, it may only be in a multiplayer context, but this is a video about the PvP.
In the multiplayer setting.
In the multiplayer setting. In the multiplayer setting.
Make up your mind! Do you not like looking for the host, or do you? Are you saying that Elden Ring, you're just looking for the host when all the clips of you, are you finding the host in less than 5 seconds, but you're saying you like Dark Souls 3 because it makes you look for the host, but even though it's more of looking for the host, you enjoy that more. But you hate Elden Ring because you spent too much time looking for the host, which is 5 seconds, tops.
I don't know if it's because I've been watching this video for too long, but God, can someone explain to me what he just said?
It's just that I feel like there's some really broken
Ooh, God, I just got shit on.
Gravitated towards than usual, especially when it comes to PvP.
No, that's total horse. That is complete horse. It is not more than usual. Bleed was still broken at launch on DS3. And guess what? Everyone gravitated towards it. Every motherfucker and their nan had a fucking hollow Bleed build. Carthus Rouge hollow build.
The thing is, I'm not just talking about Bleed, I'm talking about Bloodhound Step, the insane magic spells, the madness status ailments, Scarlet Rot, I don't know. Some people may disagree, but I just was not a fan of the PvP in this game, so to each their own.
This guy apparently has a problem with fucking Monster Hunter, Elden Ring, Xenoblade Chronicles, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Monster Hunter again, Final Fantasy VII, Sonic, Street Fighter, Diablo, Sonic again, and yeah, what is he gonna hate on next? Fucking Purple Place? Come on.
I don't know why this guy's even still on my channel at this point, dude.
How to fix him. Oh no, we should watch his top 5 worst bosses video.
Okay, top 5 worst bosses, here we go.
This guy.
There's a lot of great bosses in Elden Ring. I'm surprised this guy likes a single boss in this game, honestly.
I can't even win with this guy when I praise the game, holy shit.
He only likes Placidusax and Rykard? Honestly, Rykard was one of my favorite bosses the first time I played the game. I thought it was fucking awesome. I loved how cinematic it was.
Ah, thank God he agrees with me on something.
So he only likes 2 out of 166 bosses.
Down your pitchforks, I'm just kidding. There are some more cool bosses.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Quick reviews? I don't think you are, because you've made 20 videos lambasting this entire game and all the bosses.
Yeah, you got my ass there, I guess. Hey, I had my fair share of problems with Elden Ring's bosses, but honestly, I only ever shit on the ones towards the end. I really enjoyed all the people in the beginning. Renala, Margit, Godfrey, all the different variations of the dungeon bosses were really cool.
Okay, we've heard him bitch and moan in the problem with Elden Ring. We've heard him bitch and moan with the problem with PvP. We've heard him bitch and moan in the worst game boss From has ever designed. You've heard me bitch and moan in the last 25 million videos that I've done, but this one's gonna be different. My video, top 5 worst bosses.
I gotta admit, this is actually pretty hilarious. Good one, Lupine, whatever your frickin' name is.
First of all, I'll just say my 2 cents about Regal Ancestral Spirit. Great boss. Vibe. Total bull. The roll attack is literally a little bit RNG.
Honestly, funnily enough, I don't even know what attack he's talking about here. I thought all this boss's attacks were totally fine, but I definitely agree with him when it comes to the atmosphere of this boss. It's just straight up untouchable.
Okay, so yeah, actually everything else is fine. He just doesn't like the heal. Whoop-de-doo. Hey, newsflash, you fucking heal.
Yeah, you heal. That doesn't mean the boss fucking should. Especially when he has an area of effect around him that damages you while he heals, so you can't get near him. And don't forget the fact that they disabled the use of Torrent during this fight, so he just loves to teleport away from you and you just gotta consistently run to close the distance, just like with fucking 50% of the other bosses in this game. But you know, yeah, let's just say the healing is the only thing that I hated. I don't know, I thought that was an annoying gimmick and it pissed me off enough to where I wanted him at number 5, but hey, it's my own list. Go make your own if you want. Actually, never mind. You'd probably put them all in your top 200. Godskin Duo being number 1, I'd guess.
So he doesn't like duo fights?
How creative. Remember when I mentioned his moves?
Is it duo fights or he doesn't like the Crucible Knight? Like, I don't get it.
Here, I'll clarify. Any duo fight in this game is straight up ass. The Crucible Knight on his own is fine. The Erdtree Sentinel on its own is fine. But when they Control-C, Control-V 2 bosses and they have them both coming at you at once, it just doesn't feel like these bosses were made to challenge you in tandem. Literally, like I said, go watch my endgame bosses video to see why I thought the duo fights were shit versus something like Ornstein and Smo from Dark Souls 1 and how much better that works.
He does he did 116 damage with a heavy infused claymore in the end game. I do more damage with a jumping attack on my Zweihander at rune level 1 with an upgraded weapon. So what the f is this guy's build?
And that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Strength builds in this game were absolutely god-awful. The damage output was stupid bad. I had a lot of strength by this point in the game, but it felt utterly useless, to the point where I just decided to respec, and that made my time with the game so much easier. I'm sure I'll get comments that talk about their experience where their strength build was just absolute badassery, and I believe you. I just wonder if the devs made some adjustments by the time the rest of you played that made strength builds more viable, but I can't say for certain.
Number 1. The Elden Beast.
How the f is Elden Beast worse than fucking Gods Can Duo? That makes no sense. Is it? He's gonna bitch about Elden Stars for like 20 minutes, isn't he?
Probably. That attack sucks.
Radagon was a dope-ass fight in my opinion. His attacks are well telegraphed, he teleports all over the place, but in a badass way, not an annoying way because he doesn't have you chasing him down. It's just a way for him to just look cool as hell.
I praise the game, and he's wiping his brow. Oh, dude, I can't win.
You know this guy is like such a good critic because he's like, dude, it's sick because it looks cool as f and like, it's so hard to explain, but
This guy literally makes me want to punch my monitor, man. I'm sure the feeling's mutual.
Oh, he's gonna do it again. He's gonna fucking... Here we go, chat. Here we go. Time to start hand-wringing about the fucking hitless runners.
Now, I'm sure this guy knows better than me when it comes to speedrunning strats and the like. For God's sakes, he does challenge runs, so I hope he does. With that being said, I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here and admit I don't know the scene as much, and the strats required anywhere near where this guy probably does.
I just like to enjoy the game because I'm just I don't want to spend every single waking moment of my entire life actually playing these games.
Because, I don't care that much, but you should be able to hitlist these games relatively easily and fairly and in a fun way with melee only, and not using 99% of the game's tools or leveling up in an art.
God, he should have done this shit for the whole video. Alright, I've had enough of this. I'm sure you're watching this video, man, and hey, you made some valid points that I have to absolutely give to you. Like, yes, Torrent, what a stupid idea during the Fire Giant. And, ooh, I shouldn't have fought Radon that early. But half your other points that I'm getting shit on for are literally just because you either didn't care to listen, or maybe you just didn't want to for the sake of content. But whatever. Keep doing you with your channel. I definitely won't be making another video on this topic again. I saw a comment that was like, I hope this becomes a saga. Fuck no. With that, I've left his channel in the description, so if you want to go check it out, he does Elden Ring challenge runs and the like, and he seems pretty talented at it as well, so if you're into that, be sure to go like and subscribe and check out his stuff. But before you do that, you gotta like and subscribe to this channel too. I don't make the rules, guys. It's one of the quick reviews 10 commandments, okay?